Hi guys,
I'm Lane.
and I'm Ree, and this is Late Night Talks with Lainey. Okay, y'all. So for this podcast episode today, we are going to be talking about like conspiracy theories. So the reason we wanted to film this is because we 2 weeks ago we're like sitting in my living room and we started going down this like rabbit hole of just conspiracy theories and things we believed in, things we didn't believe in about the earth, aliens, freaking like after death. And then we also went down another rabbit hole because I made her watch Interstellar. If you haven't watched Interstellar, have you lived?
Bro, that movie made me so like up and down, up and down, up and down. Like,
Yeah. It really is like such an emotional roller coaster, and I can't even talk about the movie without like spoiling things. So like if you haven't seen it, watch it. It's a long one, but it's worth your time. So, the first thing that we are going to talk about, where'd it go? Okay, the first thing we're going to talk about is, do we think there will ever be a zombie apocalypse?
I do.
I do. It may not be, it may not be like in our lifetime, but like, have you seen like the whole like zombie virus with like deer?
Mm-hmm.
And they're basically like rotting alive? I feel like that's possible. Like, it may not be zombies, but like kind of like in The Last of Us, where it's like like a virus that takes over your brain that makes you like you're basically got like rabies. Like, I feel like it's
Have
gonna
you
be
seen
like
Train
that.
to Busan?
Yeah, like I feel
Bro.
like it's gonna be more of like a disease rather than like you die and you wake back up and you're like a zombie kind of thing. Cause like I feel like there's just like
There is another one. What is it called? It's another like Korean series that I watched. Oh, All of Us Are Dead. Basically, it's like this guy made the virus himself.
Yes,
because
I
his
remember
son
that.
got bullied.
Yeah.
And he wanted to make him like, stronger.
And it like mutated.
Yeah, and it mutated him, and it just basically wiped out his whole like town, basically.
Yeah.
And it started spreading to more and more like vicinities. That's what I'm also scared about. Like, there's multiple ways this could go down, but like it's happening.
Yeah, I feel like another one that was like more realistic was like the World War Z zombies and how they were like diseased, like again, like it was a disease rather than like I said, dying and then becoming like a zombie. Like I feel like it would be more like disease stricken and like passed down by like mucus or like spit or like blood. Like if I'm mutated, like I'd have to like get it in your system physically. I don't think it'd be like airborne or anything like that.
Mm-hmm. You don't think it's like Walking Dead where it's just like
Well, I mean, yeah, because like if you bite someone and it gets into your bloodstream, like yeah, but I don't think it's like some like vampire type shit where it's like you bite them and then you're like a zombie. Like I feel like yeah, like you get your like nastiness into the blood system and stuff like that for sure. But that was an easy one.
I don't know. I think it might happen in this lifetime. Maybe not right now. Maybe like when we're older or something, more wiser about it. Cause like, I don't know. This world, man. I already heard that they like made a zombie thingy already.
Yeah,
like,
I feel like there's so many things happening that like we don't know about. Like,
oh, absolutely.
and like the whole like clone thing too. Like people have literally like cloned their animals. Like, what do you mean by that?
Don't do that.
Like, what do you mean by that?
What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
Yeah, like stuff like that. It's like I feel like they're doing some crazy stuff because like they experiment on animals, but like I 100% believe they like experiment on like people, and I feel like one person's gonna do like one wrong thing, and there's just gonna be this mysterious virus going around that's like turning people into like crazy like rabies zombies, and like I feel like that's very likely to happen. Not like quote literal zombies in like Walking Dead kind of way, where like you're a corpse basically, but like I do believe in like crazy people and like their bodies mutating and like going basically feral on like other people. I think that's how it would be in like a zombie way, for sure. But the next one, do we think aliens are real? What are our thoughts on aliens? First of all,
I think they're real.
Yes.
I just don't think that they look like what we think they look like. I think they just look like everybody else.
Yeah, I feel like aliens are so, what's the word? Like, evolutionized, or like, what's the word that I'm thinking of? Like, they're like ahead of us, basically, to be looking like
green and
yeah,
slimy with a big head.
yeah. I feel like they're like, I almost feel like if we're really talking like aliens, they either look like us or they're so like on some interstellar shit where like they're so far ahead in like, there's a word that I'm looking for and it's like making me mad that I can't think of it. But like they're so smart and so ahead of us that like our brains can't even like physically comprehend them.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like maybe aliens are like here, but like we don't realize because like we're just not like there yet. Like we're dumb.
We are very dumb.
Yeah. And I feel like, cause like, well, okay, and then like I 100% believe in like people seeing like aliens, like UFOs and stuff like that. Because even my parents had like an experience years ago, and it wasn't just them. It was like a bunch of people on like a back road that like all got out of their cars and like saw like the same thing. So it's stuff like that where it's like, why would all these people be lying about seeing something like that? And same with like things like the Phoenix Lights, and they're like, it's military. And then you see like some ex-veteran Air Force man that's like, we didn't know about that and it was not military. Like what does he have to like, why would they lie about that? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what, like, croaked. Like, why would he like risk his career and like all that to lie on something like that? Basically, like, cause like if he were lying, like that puts you in a position to be like, I guess like in trouble because
murdered.
Yeah, because you're basically saying like you're invalidating your entire like higher ups in the government just by saying they're lying. So like you're putting yourself in a bit of a pickle, and I feel like you wouldn't be saying that if it wasn't 100% true, or if you didn't 100% believe that you saw an alien or that they saw something that wasn't one of their aircrafts and it wasn't an enemy aircraft and it wasn't this and it wasn't that. Because like I remember, like I told you, like there was this whole thing, I want to say it was the Phoenix Lights, that they claimed it was military like training or something, but that there was like a guy who was in the Air Force, and he was one of the pilots that the Air Force sent out to basically see what it was, and like they physically saw it in like front of them, like this big aircraft, but like it wasn't showing up on their radars. They had no idea what it is, and then it just vanished in front of them. And like you're telling me like that man has a reason to lie? Like he's quite literally risking everything to like make this statement. I just like wouldn't believe that someone would lie about that at all. I just think like, I think it's so scary, because like I don't think aliens are threatening, because if they were threatening, they would have done something by now. Like, I 100% believe that. But I feel like there are things already on this planet that we don't know about, but that our government knows about and is trying to keep it, like, on the down low. Because, like, imagine how people would react, like, the hysteria and, like, the panic that would, like, happen if, like, they 100% were like, these are aliens, this is that. Like, people would, like, they wouldn't believe it. Like, they would literally convince themselves that, like, it was fake. 100% I believe that. But, like, if I saw something that I could not explain, like, my mind would be blown. And because, like, I would believe that, like, it's an alien. I'm talking a lot.
No, you're good. I mean, did I show you it? I don't know. There was this one thing about two fishermen.
You did tell me about that.
I forget what happened, but they said they didn't get, like, abducted. They said they got, like, probed or something. Like, they got lifted up somewhere. They were, like, touched and prodded and whatever, and then they were sent back down. Like, nothing ever happened.
Yeah. Like, if that
in the middle of, like, a river or lake, and it was just both of them dead at night. They got probed, yada yada, sent back down. Like, tell me, how are you making that story up?
Yeah, like, what reason do you... I just don't believe that people would lie about that. Especially, like, even with, like, paranormal stuff. It's like, you're telling me millions of people on the earth have experienced certain paranormal things or certain alien things that they can't explain. And it's all these people, like, why would you make that up? Like, if you told me you had a ghost experience or you saw something that you couldn't explain, what reason do I have to be like, no, you're lying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's no reason. There's no reason.
Is ghosts on that list? Because I want to get into that.
Yes, we are going to get into ghosts because, let me tell you, we'll, like, transition to aliens. Because, like I said, what reason do people have to lie about ghosts? Like, yeah, some people will maybe, like, amp it up on YouTube or, like, make fake ghost shows and, you know, amp it up to make it seem more dramatic than it is to get views. Whatever, get your bag, girl. I don't care.
Just not mine.
Yeah. But...
Oh my God.
Wait. Okay, anyways. But then it comes down to, like, personal experiences of people that I know. Like, my mom has had experiences. My dad has had experiences. My grandma. Like,
my mom has had an experience, too. I forget. Like, I think maybe she had, like, 1 or 2 experiences. Like, what do people have to lie about?
Yeah, like, just because you don't understand it and you can't explain it doesn't mean that it didn't actually happen.
It's always that quote, what is it? Like, you don't believe it until you see it.
Mm-hmm.
So many people are like, nah, that's not happening. Nah, nah, nah. Mm-hmm. Then it happens to you and you're like, holy shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you don't gotta be like that. Come on now.
Yeah, like, it's the whole... Yeah, like, if you don't have to see it to believe it. Like... What?
You would...
It's... you don't have to see it to believe it. Like... That's my dad. Anyways. But, like... Because, like... I believe in, like, different levels of, like, spirits. Like, maybe some spirits can be more physical, like a poltergeist. Or maybe they're just, like, a person that's stuck here and, like, doesn't know how to move on and, like, can't accept the fact that they're in the afterlife. Or maybe it is something more demonic or a negative energy and, like, yada yada. Like, I believe in all that type of stuff, like, 100%. Because, like, I feel like, because, like, every person is made of atoms and cells, and, like, that stuff keeps going on. Like, that stuff doesn't disappear. So, like, who's to say that, like, your soul disappears, like, after you die? Like, maybe just because your physical body is not walking and breathing anymore doesn't mean that, like, you yourself is gone forever. Like, I don't believe that. Like, I feel like...
I want to know where we go when we're dead. Because I don't believe we just stop living.
I feel like what you believe in is what happens to you. Like, I feel like if you think your soul is gonna go to heaven, then your soul is gonna go to heaven. Or if you feel like you're gonna be on earth in, like, a spirit realm, then you're gonna go to earth on a spirit realm. Or if you're gonna be in, like, this higher spiritual dimension, then you'll go there, and, like, yada yada yada. Like, you know, like, I believe that, like, you believe in what you believe, and, like, that's, like, what you make for yourself. Like, your soul goes where you need it to be, and, like, all that kind of stuff. But, like, we'll never know until we die, so.
I've always thought about dying. Like, not in, like, a weird way, like, I want to kill myself. But, like, I just want to know. Like, I don't want to know, but at the same time, like, I'm a human. I'm curious. Like,
Yeah.
I don't believe that once you die, you're just dead.
Yeah.
Like, you have to go somewhere. Like, obviously, either you're cremated, or you're buried, or maybe you're turned into, like, a tree.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? Like, maybe you're repurposed. But, like, your soul is gotta be still here.
Yeah.
Because I believe in spirits and all that. And, like, I know that people are actually having conversations with spirits, or, like, maybe something even more demonic.
Mm-hmm.
But, like...
Yeah.
I want to know, like, how?
The unknown and, like, the mystery kind of, like, drives you crazy. Because, like, you want to know, but there's only one way to find out. Which is crazy. And then it's also, like, knowing that it's inevitable. Like, there's no escaping death. Like, that freaks me out. Like, that... Like, not being in control of, like, my life, literally, like, freaks me out a little bit. I try not to think about it, though, because then it gives me, like, existential crises.
Yeah. But, like, I have a question for you.
Uh-huh.
Do you want to, like, live until you're, like, in your 90s, or do you want to, like, die? Like, well...
You said that really aggressive. Do you want to live in your 90s, or do you want to die?
I mean, like, I shouldn't say die young, but like maybe in like your 60s or like 70s. Because like me personally, I would love to live as long as I can, but I don't want to see myself like so old.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know, I'd feel just so like depressed.
So, I want to live up until the point that, like, I start having, like, physical issues. Like, the second I start needing, like, a million surgeries or, like, maybe, like, hopefully not, but, like, maybe Alzheimer's or dementia and stuff like that.
You're about to eat that gnat. It was, like, so close to your mouth.
Ugh. Anyways, like, once that type of stuff starts happening, like, I don't want to be alive. Like, I don't want to be in pain just existing. Like, clock me out. Put me in a bed and put me to sleep. Straight up. And myself. Because, like, well, for example, like, when I was at work today, the top dog, the guy that owns everything, was like, there's only 58 residents. And I'm like, that's odd because last time I was here, they said there were 64. And he's like, yeah, it's because they all passed away. And, like, and
that's crazy.
Yeah, and, like, he was like, it's been hard because, like, no one really passes away in such a short amount of time like that many people. And it, like, makes me sad because it's, like, you get older and you're basically just, like, anticipating your time. And that's, like, what I'm worried about. It's, like, I don't want to, like, hopefully by that point, like, I've accepted it. And, like, I'm at peace with it. But, like, it's sad. I feel like they're just, like, waiting for their day.
Not to make it even more depressing, but that's exactly what happened to my papa.
Mm-hmm.
Like, 2 days before he died, like, I was fully having conversations with him. Like, on his deathbed, he was making jokes. Because that's the type of person he was. Like, I was physically looking at him, having a conversation, and then not even 48 hours later, homie was gone.
Yeah, it's, like, crazy. Like, you can be up and alive and perfectly fine, and then you're just gone.
But it doesn't sit right with me how, like, fast, like, he just stopped. Mm-hmm. Like, he was here, he was breathing, he wasn't talking, he was, like, basically only, like, his body was here. Mm-hmm. That's what I think. Because, like, he wasn't talking, his eyes were closed, like, you know, like, it wasn't, like, a coma, but, like, it was sort of like that. Like, he was obviously physically here, but me personally, I think he, like, already, like, went and passed. Mm-hmm. But what's freaky, one of the freakiest thing, so when we stayed the night at the hospice because the nurse was like, listen, if you guys leave, I don't think he's making it through the night. Good thing we stayed because he definitely did not.
Yeah, no.
But me and my cousin woke up randomly at like 5 or 6 in the morning and went back to sleep because, like, obviously, you know, it's not time to get up yet. And after we both went back to sleep, we got woken up very abruptly. Mm-hmm. And we went in, and he was obviously passed. And the nurse came in, and she was like, yeah, he passed away at, like, 5 or 6. And I was like, it freaks me out to this day, because me personally, I think that was, like, him saying, you know, I'm gone, I'm at ease, like, you don't have to worry about me anymore.
Yeah.
Like, oh, bro, I physically, when I heard, or when I saw him, like, just there in his bed, my cousin Cheyenne, she turned around to me, and we both, like, hugged each other, and we just sobbed for a good, like, 30 minutes.
Yeah, well, because literally hours before her papa passed away, well, yeah, less than 24 hours, it was literally, like, 12 hours apart, that my cousin passed away, really abruptly. And, like, I didn't see her until the funeral, and I couldn't even, like, look at her, because it's, like, it's almost, like, it's, like, hard to accept, like, that's her. Like, that's them. But it's not. Like, it's just her body. Like, where...
That's how I felt.
And it's, like, where is she? Where's your papa? Where's my cousin?
I feel like there's, like, a lot of things that I believe in, but I do believe that, like, they're not just sitting there, like, waiting for you, like, where they passed. I feel like they follow you around, because there's so many, like, coincidences or, like, things that I see about my papa. Like, there was just one time where we went to my mom's community, like, where she lives, and, like, out of nowhere, because, like, we were walking back and forth, like, from, like, outside to her apartment, and just out of nowhere, there's this card of, like, my papa's favorite NASCAR driver, and I picked that up, and I still have it. I was like, there's no way that's sitting there. Like, there was nothing around it, there was nothing, you know, like, where they put all those vegetables and, like, canned stuff?
Yeah.
It was just sitting right there. face up, and I was like, absolutely not. This is gonna freak me out if I don't take this.
Yeah.
So I took it, and I still have it. But, like, you cannot tell me it was not, like,
something
that doesn't freak
that
you
they,
out.
like, yeah, I totally believe in, like, people, like, sending things to, like, kind of help you, like, grieve. Because, like, I don't know, like, because, like, when my cousin passed away, she always said that she'd, like, come back as, like, a monarch butterfly, and that's why I want to get the tattoo. And, like, every time I see one, and it's always, like, it'll come close, and it's, like, won't leave, and, like, I always think, like, oh my god, like, what if that's her? And it, like, it blows my mind a little bit. It blows my mind. Because I didn't find that out until my mom told me that. Because I guess, like, that's something that she shared with my mom about, like, her wanting to come back as, like, a butterfly. And, so I think, I totally believe in, like, people who pass away, like, sending you, like, signs. For sure.
Oh,
like, I just don't think they're gone. Like, forever. Like that.
And
like, maybe here on the physical world. But...
There was a cardinal. I took a picture of it when we were sitting out on the porch.
Yeah, I do remember
Like,
that.
just a random cardinal. Like,
yeah, just sitting on the sign.
We rarely see cardinals where I live. And it was just there right in front of us on the sign. I
Just
was like,
staring at us for, like, a while.
It was not moving. It was just staring at us.
It was just, like, watching. It was so crazy. And, like, I got really close with her pop-up before he passed away that year. And, like, it was so crazy that, like, we just happened to be on the porch, and that freaking cardinal was just staring at us. It was so weird. Insert picture.
But it also, like, freaks me out because, like, my grandparents, before my papa passed away, they used to live, like, literally not even 2 houses away. And that's where I think, like, he just stopped being himself, because the night before we took him to the hospital, he was, I was downstairs with him because he couldn't make it up the stairs, and he was on the couch, and he got off of the couch, and he laid on the floor. I did not sleep at all that night, because I was like, what if I go to sleep and he's just dead on the floor? I was like, I could not live with myself.
I know, yeah.
So, like, every, like, 20 minutes, I check on him, and when he was going down to lay on the floor, he was like, I'm alright, you know, I'm good, I'm just laying on the floor because I can't get comfortable. And then that's where he just, like, the next morning, he, like, was not himself. Like, he was mumbling, he was breathing weird.
I feel like they know, and it's, like, unfortunate.
They know.
Like, imagine knowing you're dying.
Oh, that would freak me out. At that point, I'd just be like, you know what, just take me. But I think, like, when he was dying, I don't think he wanted us to, like, be awake. Like, he waited till we were all asleep. Because me and my cousin, we could not fall asleep that night.
Yeah.
We were, like, building. We were, like, making puzzles. We were, like, playing games. We were watching the TV that the place had. Like, we would not go to sleep. And then finally we were just like, alright, we need to go to sleep. Then we woke up, like, a few hours later, and he was like, oh, toodles! Bye!
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just me.
We're not really talking about conspiracy theories anymore.
Listen, when I talk about my papa, I talk. But do you ever just, like, obviously, you know, like, my papa and your cousin is gone, but, like, in public, do you ever just, like, get a glimpse of somebody and you think it's them?
Bro!
It makes me cry instantly.
It happened to me, like, a couple weeks ago when I was out with my brother, and I literally had to do a double take because, like, I thought it was her. I do that.
It makes you cry every single time.
I do it all the time.
Going to grab my water.
I was. But yeah, I literally, like, I'll do double take, and I'm like, oh my god, like, I thought that was her. Like, it'll, like, same height, same hair, glasses, like, literally, like, oh my god. And I'll be like, wait a second. And then I'm like, it's not her. Like, it'll never be her.
I always wish it's him, but it's never him. Because, like, there's always, like, tall, elderly men with, like, white, like, gray hair, wearing a hat, or, like, a big jacket. And that's what he always wore. A big jacket with a hat. Like, it always, like, freaks me out. Because, like, I'll see a car that he used to have, and I see somebody that looks exactly like him in that car. And I'd be like, oh my god. Like, it makes me think that that's him, but it's not, obviously.
Yeah, it's weird.
But it makes me cry every time I see somebody that looks like him.
Sorry, I'm just reading the next one.
We're gonna stop talking about our dead relatives.
Okay, the next thing we're gonna be talking about is, like, space theories. Okay? First things first. The moon landing. I don't want to say it's fake. But it's, like, it confuses me that so long ago we went to the moon and somehow we just can't go back. Like, why haven't we gone back? Why aren't there people there now? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just, like, you're telling me they have a rover on Mars, but we can't go to the moon? We aren't going to the moon? Like, to me, and, like, when I think we're going to the moon, like, they're going to the moon. How? Bro, how? You're telling me you're going poo 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 in space.
But it takes you 10 days, 10 to 13 days to get there.
And you're, like, seeing Earth? Like, no. I just can't fathom space. I can't fathom space, bro.
No, I don't get it.
I don't either. Like, I know it sounds so dumb and people are going to be like, girls are dumb. But it's just, like, it's such
the shoe fits, I guess.
Yeah.
You can think what you want.
It's just, like...
But I don't get it.
Yeah, it's, like, such a hard thing to comprehend, like, space. And, like, the never-ending, like, universe and how, like, the longer you... Like, the further you go out there, the more time is warped and that. If you...
That doesn't sit right with me. Because you're telling me it only takes, like, 7 years. I mean, it takes 1 hour up there, but it's 7 years down here. That's a spoiler.
Yeah.
I should have said that for Interstellar. How?
Yeah. Well, because, like... Time gets warped. Like, they literally say, like, if you went 65 million years out into the universe and looked at Earth now, you would see the dinosaurs. And that's where, like, it comes in. It's like, oh, like, do you think time travel exists? And it's like, it could, because, like, you think about stuff like that, and it's like, time exists all at once, in a sense. It just depends
where you are.
Where you are.
Because there's time zones, a lot of time zones all around, but we're in one.
Yeah.
We're on one planet.
So what? So
but
we
so
could be
many time zones.
Yeah, we could be here, but then some alien out there is looking at us, and maybe we're still cavemen. Maybe that's why the aliens don't come here. Or we don't, like, have any contact with aliens supposedly or something, because, like, maybe they just think that we're not there yet in, like, our evolution. And, like, that's what, like, blows my mind, because it's like, could time travel exist? Maybe.
Maybe space is time travel.
Yeah.
Like, if you really think about it, space is time travel.
The further you go, the the more that time is, like, warped.
Time's, like, basically what I'm getting is that when you're in space, time has stopped. Because you're telling me that if I'm somewhere for over an hour, it's 23 years, apparently. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, we're referencing Interstellar, by the way. But, like...
It's a really good movie. Okay,
it is.
Watch it.
But what gets me, too, is the fact that, like, Interstellar was so scientifically accurate.
That's what, like, freaks me out.
Yeah, and it's like, wow. And you're telling me, like, there are people that want to leave the planet? I don't even want to go in the ocean. What makes you think I want to leave the planet?
And there's... But, like, basically in the movie Interstellar, they, like, put themselves to sleep in this, like, mystery water.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, you're basically, trapped.
Yeah, they
For
put themselves...
how long? I don't know.
They put themselves in, a coma, basically.
Why would you want to do that to yourself, though?
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong. Would love for people to go to space. But, like,
Me personally, though. Not me.
Yeah, not me, though.
Not me, though.
I saw this video, it was, like, a long time ago, of, like, maybe, like, 8 or 10 people, like, trying to, like, go to space.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, not even, like, halfway off the ground.
Yep.
Explodes. Like, you're just gone.
Immediately.
That's freaking me out.
Yeah, I don't like it. I feel like when it comes to space, it's just, like, such a hard thing to comprehend. And it's like, how do you study space? And they're like, well, with satellites and rovers and yada yada. But, like, I just cannot comprehend that, like, it's real.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can't even comprehend half the stuff on Earth. What makes you think I'm going to comprehend things in space? But
I don't get it. I really don't.
Speaking of not understanding things on Earth, let's talk about the hollow Earth theory. Because that, I've seen a lot of stuff on. And, like, there's, like, weird amounts of people, like, an odd amount of people that, like, 100% believe and, like, have proof of there being a hollow Earth. And even if it's not hollow, there's, like, places on Earth that you can't go. that's like a whole nother civilization. Because like people say like in Antarctica there's basically like a wall that you can't go. And same in like the North Pole. Like there are places you can't go in these points of the earth that are supposedly like these whole new civilizations, and like they're so advanced. That's the word I've been looking for this whole time.
Advanced.
They're like so advanced that like they don't even want to be a part of what we are as a civilization. And that like freaks me out, because like what if that is true? Like what if there is a whole nother civilization that's so far advanced, and like maybe like that's the aliens that we like think are aliens, but in reality it's just people like us, but they're so far ahead that like they want nothing to do with us.
I wouldn't want anything to do with us either, so.
I don't want anything to do with us, and I'm us. Like, But yeah, because I remember watching a video, it was the YouTuber Hailey Elizabeth, love her. She did like this whole talk about the Hollow Earth theory, and about this pilot who basically accidentally went there and like discovered this whole like civilization. And they basically were just saying that like, well, in his journal supposedly they were saying that like they don't want anything to do with us because we're so evil, basically. Like we're always with like war and like nuclear bombs and like yada yada yada, and so like they basically like didn't want anything to do with us. And, like,
Fair enough.
Fair enough. I don't blame them. If they're out there, I don't blame y'all. Not at all.
This world is nasty.
It is very nasty, and it's dying. Do you think the world's gonna end while we're alive?
Absolutely. At the rate we're going, you're telling me... I don't even want to get into it. It's just gonna make me angry, and I don't want to be angry.
Yeah.
It's just... do better.
Yeah.
As people, if you physically can't do anything to help...
Yeah, well, because that's why I really wanted to go to college for environmental science, because I feel like more people need to step up and care about the environment.
Speaking of that,
yeah,
if you are eating or drinking or buying stuff from a place that is supporting genocide,
shame on you.
That's not helping. You say, oh, there's nothing we can do. Stop. For one. Stop encouraging it.
Just say your fucking stupid ass can't go without McDonald's or something. Or like Starbucks.
Heavy on the Starbucks.
Heavy on the Starbucks.
Okay. It's not even that good. I will say, we were once there. But knowing all that we know now.
Yeah.
Not one single drink. You want to know what gets me?
What gets you?
Is that you know how much I love Monster. Absolutely love it.
Favorite drink.
The second I heard that they support it,
we completely stopped drinking
Red Bull.
Yeah. We're like trying to find like alternatives. And like
there's filters. There's switching to stuff that you probably don't like, but you should try it.
Yeah.
Or things that you've never had before. Like, there's so many things that you can do. Oh, that's what's...
Yeah, and like
I hate people!
And like, I like seeing now that like people are saying that like Palestine has like, well, Gaza has like officially been cleansed. Like, that's awful.
That's heart-wrenching.
Yeah, like that's, like, we are quite literally like seeing what happened with like Germany and like the Nazis and like Hitler just murdering people for no reason, happening right in front of our eyes. And they're still like, people are like, oh, how could you support Israel and like yada yada yada, but it's like people supported Hitler blindly. I'm not surprised that it's happening now, honestly. But if you, as an American, because this is where we are, don't understand, did you go to school? There's not been a single year in my academic career that we didn't learn about, like, Hitler and, like, what happened. So, like, how can you look at what's happening now and think, nah, oh, well. Like, you're gonna tell me that you would be saying, oh, well, to the Nazis? Like, that's not...
It's not very pro-life of you.
That's not very pro-life of you. Don't even get me started. Because those same pro-life bitches that be like, don't kill the babies. When it's literally...
You're killing babies.
There are children... There are literally...
What?
There are living children, actually, on this planet, living and breathing. Not just little balls of, like, cells and, like, bleh. There are actual children murdered, slaughtered, blown up.
But we're the pro-lifers? Oh.
And that is
Exactly.
And that is why I will be pro-choice till the day I die.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep. Anyways, support Palestine in any way that you can.
Yep.
Yep.
There was one saying that I said. It's like,
We should start rapping them some, by the way.
I know, but it really ate though.
Mm-hmm.
It was something about pro-life or pro-choice. Oh, that's gonna make me. Oh, it's gonna make me angry because it really ate too.
It's okay. I'm sure you'll remember halfway through the night, and you'll tell me all about it. And I'll insert it into the video. This is what she said. If we find out,
There's gonna be nothing there because I'm gonna forget.
probably. But anyways, that's our like thoughts and opinions on just like stuff.
Our next podcast will be unpopular opinions. We have a lot to say about that.
Yeah, we do.
We have a whole list.
So we hope you enjoyed our podcast. We are really trying to be more consistent with posting them.
It's just a lot easier to make videos instead of like hour-long videos.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And they take so long to upload. It's such a hassle. So, yeah. But we are going to be trying to post more podcasts more often. Because technically those are supposed to be Wednesday videos. But we've been posting regular videos on Wednesdays to make up for that lack of a podcast. But with the podcasts that we do have now, we hope you enjoy them, and we hope you enjoyed this specific podcast. And if you are watching our videos, please subscribe. It only takes a second. It's free. You could always unsubscribe. Don't.
Heavy on that. You could always unsubscribe if it's not what you like.
Exactly. And you don't even have to have notifications on. Like, you can just watch us whenever you please. You don't have to be consistent. But, we're very open to literally any video ideas. There have been a few suggestions that have been kind of like iffy.
Or some that are like this, like it's different, but it's
like
the same.
It's like similar to something we've already done. So like we're kind
Yeah.
of crossing that off the list. So it's like nothing against you if like you've made a suggestion, but like maybe we've already just done like a similar video that like just we don't want things to be like too repetitive unless it's like a series like our reacting to horror short films, which. One of our favorite series of film. If you haven't watched those, you should totally go watch those. Our recent one, boom. We'll link it down in the description. But, yeah, with that being said...
I'm Lane.
And I'm Ree. And this was Late Night Talks with Lainey. Oh,
I forget our outro song for that.
Let me take a gander.